Oh, there's one more thing I was gonna do and I forgot. Oh well. Too late. Hello, everybody. Hello. Hello. Oh yeah, one more thing. Make sure this is on. Not sailing today, no. Although we probably could. It's a little bit chilly out, but it's supposed to get nice the next couple days. Today we're cleaning up the boat a little bit. Hang out on the boat all day? No. I mean, it's 1 p.m. here, so we walked to the grocery store. We went to the dollar store. We've been cleaning up the boat for the last like hour or two. Cleaning up some mold we had on board and stuff like that. So yeah, lots of little things we've been doing on the boat. And now we're on the boat hanging out. But I mean, we live here, so it's the same as going to your house. You know, you're gonna be there probably. 1 second. Kitty's coming to investigate my cinnamon buns. I guess it's not a mouse pad. It's a kitty pad. We're north of Washington. We're in British Columbia, Canada, on Vancouver Island. So yeah, the closest state would be Washington State. Mexico! We would really like to be in Mexico right now. It's not very cold. It is 7 degrees Celsius, which, hey Google, how many degrees in Fahrenheit is 7 degrees Celsius? Uh, 44 degrees Fahrenheit, if you want to know that. So it's not too cold, but it's not warm either. Yeah, Ontario is quite a bit colder. We're on the British Columbia side of things, so it's pretty mild here, obviously. It does get colder usually, but it's been a very, very mild winter in an already mild part of Canada, so it's been really nice. Our boat is 35.5 feet long. It's a 1989 Hunter Legend 35.5. If you want to know you can look up all the specs if you want. Hey, Wild West Gaming, how's it going? Oh yeah, I should move that too. Nope, wrong one. Kitty's just making it really hard to do this. I don't know what the slip cost for the year is. It's about $5.75 for us per month. We're not doing it for a full year. We hope to be not here forever. But we'll see how that goes, of course. It costs about $100 in electricity a month as well. So, but we're also getting a little bit of a deal because they put us in a smaller slip than our boat can. Our boat is 35.5 feet long. I think they put us in a 32 or something like that. So they're only charging us for the 32, which is nice of them. Because a lot of places say whatever is bigger. So if your boat's bigger than the slip or the slip's bigger than whatever, they charge you the more money. But they were really nice to us. And if you're wondering, I'm eating a cinnamon bun right now. And it is delicious. Right now, nothing, Chris. That is something we're working on. We've only been on board for like 2.5 months. We sold everything to move out here and do this. So kind of last summer we started, and we hoped to buy a different boat, actually. That boat eventually fell through after a bunch of problems came up with it. We pretty much told them we'd buy it as long as they fixed a few things. And with parts delays and stuff, eventually they fixed almost everything, and then they ended up breaking something else. So we were like, okay, we're going to back out. We pretty much wasted the entire summer not on a boat. And then we eventually found this one. So we moved on to the winter. So yeah, we've only been on the boat or like doing this for kind of a short time. And we're living on our savings of what all the stuff we sold. So unfortunately we spent a lot in the summer not on a boat, but that's how it goes sometimes. You guys can't see her, but there's a kitty cat right here too. Where is she? Right? Kitty cat. Oh yeah, that didn't work. Somebody followed and I missed it? Alright. See a lot of people making a living on social media, traveling the world, blogging, and so forth. I mean, that's our, the ultimate goal. Wow, just stuttering up a storm. The ultimate goal would be to do that eventually, Chris. We're working on that. Obviously, we have to gain quite a bit of a following, so we are working on that. We have, what are we at right now? 30... I think I have to do it on my end, Holly. Oh, there it goes. Thank you.
I turned it down a bit. It's too much.
Thank you, Linda Gordon, for the follow. I'm not what I'm saying. I don't even know what that sentence means, Flat Earth. But yeah, we would really like to do that. I know what I'm writing. Alright. But yeah, we would eventually like to do the thing making a living on social media. This is a hard thing to do. I think a lot of people think it's super easy to do. They don't realize how much you have to put into it to get to the point where you can actually make money.
Meow.
Maybe one day. I guess we're at 3377. We're getting close to 3400, which is kind of cool. So thank you everybody who's followed us. Actually, thank you very much, Chris, for the follow. It'd be cool if we could get to that point. I'm working on like merch and stuff. I don't know if anyone that watches us would care to see any of that. But I am making merch, maybe a little bit. We I've been working hard on different videos and stuff like that as well. And then we do make a video here pretty much every single day since we've been on the boat. So if you want to watch all of that stuff, we have like over 60 videos, I think more now, whatever it is, 2.5 months, almost 3 months of every single day. And some days we have more than one video, so they're usually short. Mostly under a minute, some around a minute, and then a few that are over. But for the most part, they're all fairly short. I don't want to make it like super long and boring. Working on longer form stuff as well on other places. We've been working on the boat too. Lots of stuff to do on the boat. We were sinking not too long ago. In fact, I think we're still technically sinking, but we don't bring that up, right? I saw B-Warp was in here earlier. I had like a live going for a minute while we were just the outside view, and B-Warp popped in and called it a green screen like he always does. Oh yeah, why is that not working? There we go.
Meow.
Thank you, Scott, for the follow. And Tom, thank you for the share. You talk to other people that are doing the same thing, I would start there and pick their brains. We have a little bit. Obviously, we're actually part of a group that does kind of the same thing. It's like a sailboat, what do they call it? The Sailboat Roundtable. We were invited on there. They do like a live once a month where they have a bunch of people, like one of the multi-streams. And they ask questions. I think last month was supposed to be with pets on board. And we do have a cat. You can kind of see her right here. Hey, Scotty. Or Scott, I should say. but we weren't able to be on the last one.
I think there's sound on the outside camera.
Is there?
Yes.
Let me just check that. I don't know why it always does that. Not right now, Alana. Sorry. We're still working on that kind of stuff. Sorry, 1 second. Apparently, I don't know why it does that. I don't see it here, actually. We're still working towards making money while also living on the boat. We've only been out here for 2.5 months. So you hear that, Holly? The smacking noise?
Clicking
That?
and smacking.
I actually think this mic might be picking that up as well in here. How do people who live on boats sign up for physical mail? Do you use P.O. boxes or something? Some people you can use. In Canada, it's a bit trickier. Thank you, Superheroes, for the follow. In the States, I know you can. There's lots of different ways to do it. In Canada, it's a little bit trickier. You can use a UPS box store. You get a post box from UPS, and you can use it as a physical address as well as a mailbox to get stuff sent to you. I currently use my sister's address because she's in BC where we are right now too. So thank you, Alana, for the follow. Iceland, welcome back. Nice to see you. How are you doing today? Maybe one day, Iceland. Is the plan to live a laptop lifestyle? I mean, ultimately that would be nice, but we'll see. Based on my past careers, it's been very much not that, but it would be cool to be able to transition to that. We're working on that. We're trying to do a bunch of stuff to make it happen, but we'll see how it goes. Real tired. Why are you tired? What time is it there right now, actually? What time is it in Iceland? It's 1:40 p.m. here, so just barely in the afternoon. Well, 2 hours, I guess. Whew. Yeah, BC, at least at the coast this year, has been very mild. I haven't seen any snow. This morning we woke up and there was frost outside, but no snow. We were in the Calgary area for the past 15 years, so normally this time of year, Calgary would have a lot of snow. But yeah. My brother's up in Grand Prairie too, and they've been getting a ton. We have the computers, so we have Starlink internet, so we have access to like Netflix and Prime Video and stuff like that. Plus, we do play video games. We have Battlefield 6. Me and Holly both play, as well as a lot of other games. 21. Ooh, so it is pretty late there in Iceland. So yeah, I guess we are. What is it? 13:41 here. A good friend of mine lived on a sailboat for a couple of years. Oh, that's too bad. Did he enjoy his time on a sailboat? I hope he did. I hope he did it because he was hoping to enjoy what time he had left. Hi from Nova Scotia. Hello. We're in British Columbia right now. Opposite side of Canada. Said it was a hell of a life, and I believe him. Yeah, it's definitely different. There's like lots to do all the time. It's kind of fun to be able to move your house wherever you want. Obviously, we haven't done too much of that yet, but hopefully eventually we'll do more of that. I mean, technically, Scott, that happens in Calgary too. So where we're from in Calgary, every single year it gets snow. It's the middle of Canada. Every single year it snows, and people forget how to drive in the snow every year. And we literally had snow there every single year. So gotta get our Arc Raiders. I haven't done Arc Raiders yet. We play Battlefield 6 mostly. Arc Raiders is definitely a cool game. I don't know if it's a game that I'd be super into, but I'd like to try it here. We'll see. Right now we don't. Sorry, I can't pronounce your name. I don't know if it's like a Russian alphabet or something. Right now we don't. We're working on that. 5v5 iron tourney like the good old days. How wide is the beam? It is 11.7 feet. That's the beam. That's the width of the boat. Water doesn't really freeze. I mean, it's the ocean, and then we're in the southern part of BC, so we're on Vancouver Island. We're close to America here, not the Alaskan side, so the water doesn't really freeze around here. It does get below zero occasionally, but it's pretty rare and usually for not that many days. So where we are, it's pretty calm and fairly warm. It was 7 degrees Celsius, or I think like 31 degrees Fahrenheit today. It would be sick to have an old pirate boat. There's a guy with an older boat, not quite a pirate boat, but there's an old boat near here, and it looks like an awesome boat. I feel you there, Scott. I mean, we don't have a lot of rail in Canada, even though it would probably work really well. I guess the cold winters really probably cause a lot of problems with the tracks. But yeah, they can't, no trains arrive on time around here either. We're on Vancouver Island, British Columbia, Canada. I can't do a tour today. We've ripped the whole boat apart because we are cleaning it, so I can't even walk around. This is like the only spot on the boat that's kind of clean right now. I can show you the outside. You can kind of see it in the top right corner, and I can kind of give you a bigger picture of that if you want, but I don't want to try to walk around the boat right now with all the stuff everywhere.
Thank you.
But I usually do. Most days I do. Today is the only day I won't do that. But I can show you more.
Later.
Yeah, maybe later I'll do it. We'll see. If you're still around later, remind me in like an hour maybe. But if you're not here...
More than an hour.
Okay, more than an hour. But I don't know how long we'll be on today either, so we'll see. But yeah, definitely remind me later. I'll see if I can do a tour. We'll see how much cleaner it gets. We were working on it before. Holly is still actually working on it. I just hopped on the live for a little bit. I think that was amazing. Thank you very much, Alana. Property tax, no. Everyone asks that, and I don't, like, we don't pay property tax. We pay other taxes, of course. We're at a marina, so we pay the marina fees, which have a tax on them. But you live in a boat. Thank you very much, Alana. We enjoy it. It's been fun to do. Obviously, it's not for everybody, but I think it's fun. Sea of Thieves. A lot of people have recommended that, and I used to play that game, so I should honestly download it again and play it. Thank you, Sierra, for the follow. I mean, most of Canada technically is close to the American border. I think the rule of thumb is like 90% live, or it's like 80 or 90% live within like 100 kilometers of the American border. Like most of eastern Canada is all like right on the border pretty much. Obviously, I lived in Calgary, so we were quite a bit further than that from the border. But right now, we're like 30 kilometers from the American border where we are on the water. 30 Chris Craft grew up on Georgia Bay, Ontario. I love being on the water. Water's awesome. We're really enjoying it ourselves. So yeah, no property tax. Get sore from being cramped up in a boat all day. I mean, it's not that cramped, honestly. I can stand up. It's a 6'3" roof. I'm 6 feet tall. I'm 190 pounds. And I have lots of room. I wouldn't say I'm cramped in here. I made sure we got a boat that would fit both of us. So Holly's a bit smaller than me. She's a bit shorter. But I wanted to make sure the boat was big enough that I could walk around without any problem. So I can stand up freely. And I can go up on deck and stretch out too, so... I actually have not heard of Putty Sart. Good evening, Captain Randy. How are you doing? I was born in the Caribbean, had access to the boat lifestyle. I really miss it. Oh, that's too bad. You ever thought about getting back into it? I guess if you're in Toronto, that'd be really hard to do, like you said already, but... You could always move out to BC. You could technically do it year-round here. Obviously, the weather's not perfect all the time. It does get cool, but for the most part, it's been good. Starting the boat, I mean, I guess there's always technically a risk, but you're supposed to, like, run the bilge for a few seconds before you start it, just in case of any, like, vapors or anything. But, yeah, I don't think the risk is that high. Our engine is diesel, too. Lighting diesel fuel is extremely difficult. You can literally hold a lighter to diesel fuel and it will not light on fire. We're on Vancouver Island, British Columbia, Canada. Got to go, take care. See you, Scott. I hope you have a good rest of your day. Fuel costs, I couldn't tell you. We've been on the boat for 2.5 months, but we haven't gone too far with our engine because it's wintertime. So we kind of just putt around the local area when we get a chance to on nice days. But storms can come out of nowhere in the winter here, so we got to be careful with that. That is true, Scott. No, Jeff, we're not. We would like to be, but that's not the case. We're in Vancouver Island, British Columbia, Canada, so we pay taxes here in Canada. Yeah, I changed it up a little bit. We tore apart the boat to clean, do a deep clean. So the rest of the boat is a disaster, which is why I'm not doing any tours today. I do have the outside camera, and you guys can see where I am, obviously. And I could show you more of the outside if you want. I could blow that picture up if you wanted to see it. Bring cash. BC can be pretty expensive. We actually came from Alberta, so we didn't have sales tax there, and it was pretty nice. But honestly, the boat's pretty cheap overall. It was only $36,000, so compared to any home around here, it's pretty cheap. $575 a month, W. Plus around $100 in electricity. Yeah, diesel is not that flammable. Diesel takes a lot to light it. That's why it's a compressed ignition. You can light it, it just takes a really long time. You can literally hold a lighter on diesel fuel and it will not light on fire. Yeah, right now it's, like I said, it's about $575 plus $100 for electricity. And we do want to take the boat out more. It's just winter time, so we don't get a chance to do like any super big trips. We've done like a couple overnighters and stuff like that, and we'll eventually do some bigger, longer trips. We're just waiting for better weather. Yes, Chris, that's exactly where we were. We paid pretty close to almost the, well, it depends. Like in our basement suite we were in before, we paid a little bit less. But yeah, like 3 years in the basement suite, we would have paid this off. The previous house I was in when I owned a, what is it called? A townhouse. I paid pretty much more than this every year on my mortgage and stuff like that, so. The boat was $36,000, so fairly cheap compared to any kind of house. But like I said, at the marina, we have to pay $575 for marina fees and about $100 for electricity. Water is included in the marina fee of $575. So honestly, if we stay here, that's pretty cheap overall. And since we own the boat, that's not gonna. Obviously, there's gonna be maintenance and stuff like that, but there's maintenance on the house too. No, that's we have our own internet. Sorry, I did not include that. We do have Starlink, and that is pretty expensive. I think actually you can. So if you wanted to really go cheap, I'm pretty sure this marina does have their own Wi-Fi. But I wanted to be able to use our internet when we went traveling. So when we actually go do a live stream out in the water, we have internet. So we use Starlink. But yeah, I'm pretty sure this marina you actually do get Wi-Fi. I just don't know how fast or good it is. I don't know what the square footage is. It's really hard to find that information out. It is like the beam, so the width at the widest. So right about pretty much where I am, or like just over here, is 11.7 feet across. And I think the interior length is about 30 feet. And the roof is 6'3". So you could probably figure out the cubic the cubic feet, or you could figure out the square footage from that. But like I said, it's a boat, so it's like a weird shape. It's, you know, it's obviously wedged at the front. It's slightly wedged at the back too, but not quite as dramatic. So I don't know what it is. I wouldn't be able to guess exactly. But I mean, it's a tiny home space. It's not huge, but it's not small either. One person would be perfect. Two, like for the three of us, it's perfect. One person, this boat would be easy enough. You could easily solo sail it too if you really wanted to. But for me and Holly and the kitty cat, who you can't see because she's right here, I guess you can see her back. There's her butt. We have solar panel, yes. We have 4 195 watt solar panels. It's been giving me a lot of problems though. I'm still in contact with the sellers trying to make things work properly. It does charge. It's also like a bad time of year for solar around here. It's pretty much just like rain and clouds, so you don't get a lot of sun anyway. But in the summer, it should be better. Hopefully I can get it fixed. If not, I'll throw it in the water. Not actually, but I would. Holly has an Eco Flow, like one of those little tiny camping generators. I'd like to get a bigger one of those maybe and just hook up our solar to that. I love this boat. Thank you. It's a nice boat. It's an older boat, 1989, so it's 2 years younger than me technically, but it's nice. Yeah, I mean, 1-bedroom studio. So like I lived in a apartment once that was like 800 square feet, and this is probably definitely smaller than that. It's definitely small. It's definitely tiny house living. Like I said, it's about, I don't know, almost 12 feet across and about 30 feet on the inside. So, but it's wedge shaped at the front too. So, I don't know. Maybe we'll even say 20 by 10 just to make it kind of easy. So what is that? 200 square feet? So it's small. But there is like a bedroom back there, bedroom up front, with doors, so you could have privacy in 2 different rooms. Right now they're full of stuff. Like we moved from a regular house into a small space, so we have a lot of extra space. But
Meow.
hello, Torero. Oh, it's you. How's it going? How much for pump out or just discharge it? We can do both. I mean, technically in Canada we can't. In BC they don't allow that. You have to have a special treatment on your boat and then you can discharge overboard if you're 3 nautical miles. But pump out is free where we are at. That's what we got, Sami. We just have, I just bought like an Amazon deal for solar panels. So we have a bunch of battery banks. We have, for the solar, we have 2 100 amp hour batteries. I'd like to increase that. It's pretty small. The house battery also has 2 250 amp hour batteries. That's just for the DC system though. So that's like lights, the fridge and things like that. Yeah, Torero, you only will see these comments here, obviously. I did see I think you're the only one over there right now. But yeah, pump out's free where we are. Long time no see. It has been a while. How are you doing, by the way? I have looked into wind a little bit, and I talked to some people. A lot of people really don't seem to like it for some reason. So I'm not sure. It does take up room and it makes noise. Some people say it's not worth it because if you're moving, you're kind of going with the wind anyway. But I mean, you're stopped a lot too. Also, thank you for all the gifts today. Also, I missed everybody's. Thank you, Captain Randy, for the Heart Me, the 2 BFF necklaces. Liam, thank you for the rose and the 10 glow sticks. 7 roses and 10 glow sticks. Torero, 3 roses, 3 more roses, and then MST for the Heart Me. Thank you guys so much. The cat's good. She's right here. You can maybe not see her. Her butt's like right here. She's kind of like right behind me here, hiding. And I can't even move this any further. So I don't know. I talked to one neighbor too that also had wind, and they said they never used it. So I don't know. Wind would be a good option, especially here in the winter. You don't get a lot of sun, so that would be, in my opinion, it's a good option. But I don't know. Everyone seems to hate it for some reason. Alien, thank you for the follow. It doesn't work well if you're stopped. Okay. Everyone says it's bad if you're moving because you're moving with the wind, so you don't get a lot of it anyway. And I figured, especially now, this time of year, we get like a lot of crazy wind. It's either super wind or no wind around here in the winter. Thank you, Mystic, for the follow. But again, everyone I talk to or have done like research, I've gone online and looked up what people do, or what they think of it, and a lot of people don't think it's worth it for the money anyway. But also those people might only be using their boat in the summer, for all I know. I have no idea. I don't necessarily like to switch out, so I bought this solar system off Amazon, and Holly has an Eco Flow that works really well, and they have really nice solar panels. The panels are a bit more expensive than some of the other ones, but they work really well, and you can get some pretty big, nice ones that fold up. It'd be kind of cool to exchange all our solar panels for something like that. But someone get on the phone. Call up EcoFlow, tell them we need a sponsorship. It's the only option. Yeah, and Chris, we do plan to. The EcoFlow, the other thing the EcoFlow comes with, if you get the one kit, it does come with like a generator as well. So, and technically our boat engine is a generator as well. We do have the ability to charge all our batteries with our boat engine. But it would be nice to have a backup generator that's not our propulsion system, so we don't wear out the propulsion engine for just charging batteries. So we would like to get a generator. But yeah, our solar panels, unfortunately, I bought these, and then they immediately came out with the ones that you can like charge from both sides. But anyway, our solar panels work in the winter, but the one downside to around here is literally there is no sun in the wintertime. There is today. Currently, I'm actually charging, and I will tell you, the other problem with the boat is you're constantly turning, so it's really hard to choose the right type of system. So the system I have is a series parallel system. So 2 of the panels are in series with, like 2 are in series, another 2 are in series, and then they're, or sorry, 2 are in parallel, 2 are in parallel, and they're in series together, or something like that. Anyway, I can't remember now. I'd have to go up and look. I can't remember how I did it. But the problem with being in series is if they have any kind of shadow on them, the other ones aren't as efficient. So it'd be optimal to do all of them in parallel. But unfortunately, the system I bought for another project at one point, and yeah, I can't actually do that because it's a 24-volt system. So all my solar panels are meant to be, like I said, I need 24 volts even to make it work, I guess. I don't even know what to say right now. I can't even think of the words. But it's been a little frustrating. The EcoFlow that Holly has works really well, and it'd be really nice to get. It can charge from both sides, so any like reflections off the boat or off the water would also be able to charge the solar panels. But yeah, right now we are technically charging for the first time in quite a while. Let's see what we're at. We're not making a lot of wattage though. Like I said, we only get sun from pretty much the south direction, and only for like 2 or 3 hours of the day because of the time of year it is. So we're getting 44 watts on 4 195 watt solar panels. But like 3 of them aren't really in the sun. It's just the one. I could move around the other 2, but like we're at the dock right now, so it doesn't really matter. I don't have to mess with them. But yeah, 2 are really easy to move, and I could definitely move them into the sun to definitely get a bit higher wattage. But again, Pacific Northwest winter, you just don't get a lot of sun. Or a lot of even just daylight. Thank you, Flav01 for the follow. Maybe I'll pull this out so I can see it just in case. Oh, there we go. Oh, let me switch sides. Good to see you here. Thank you so much. Thank you for popping in and saying hi. Here, let me switch views really quickly. Let's do outside only for a second. Should still be able to hear me, right? Yes. That's our outside view. If you're wondering, we are at a marina right now. We're just kind of chilling. It would be cool to have a it's a full-size PC. I built it originally when I lived in a full-size house and didn't have to worry about size. I wish it was smaller. Right now my case is extra big. Like the case is definitely bigger than it needs to be. Thank you, Drew, for the follow. It would be nice to get a slightly smaller. I don't think I'd want to go with like the really small motherboards, but like one size smaller. I got like the full size motherboard. It'd be good to go with like one size smaller. I got like a 1070 Ti, so it's not the most powerful thing. It does need upgrading, but that's fairly big too. I have like 32 gigs of RAM. It's an AMD 5600 CPU. It's liquid cooled. It could definitely fit in a smaller case. And then I have like I have 4 M.2 hard drives, but currently only 2 of them are in the PC. But yeah, it's decent. It's definitely a decent PC. Like the worst thing about it is probably the GPU is getting a bit old, but it's still decent. Thank you, Drew, and Faux C TikTok for the follow. I do really appreciate it, and I agree with that at a lot of the time. Where do you dump sewer? There's a pump out station not too far from us. So we're on Vancouver Island, and there are a few pump out stations that cost money. The one near us is free, which is really nice. Technically, you can also dump overboard. You're supposed to be 3 nautical miles offshore, and in BC, you technically need to have a treatment, like a level 1 treatment on your boat as well. But you still have to be 3 nautical miles offshore for that. yeah, we can just putt on over to the pump out station. We're at a marina, so we can literally just walk up top and use their bathroom, and then we don't have to use ours and fill it up at all. This mouse pad has just got a kitty cat on it. I could use her as a mouse pad. Hi, kitty. You good? Yeah, so like the dump station for us is like a self dump station. You just go over there, hop on the dock, you turn it on, it has instructions, you just suck it out. It's really easy. Yeah, we pay for, I guess, the dock or the slip. Yeah, the marina fees are $5.75 for us a month. I mean, we live in Canada. We could literally just never leave Canada. It wouldn't be hard to do that, Katie. Is it Caddy or Katie? I'm going to say Katie, but I'm not sure. If I've mispronounced your name, let me know and I'll try to fix it. Obviously, it's a little bit tougher to do with border control, but we have passports too, so we can definitely go down to like the States or Mexico. It's not that big a deal. But we could also just stay up here. It's not the end of the world either. Belleville. I don't even know where Belleville is. Stay in Canada, I see it. Well, we would like to go to Mexico. That's our kind of dream goal. But yeah, we could totally stay here if it was ever a problem to go down to the States or something like that. But we definitely could just stay here. We would really like to go to Mexico, though. Okay, so it is Katie. Good to know. Show passport. So basically, just like going to an airport, the only thing is with the plane, obviously, you don't have control of where it goes, so we can kind of go anywhere. If we don't stop at the right place, the American Coast Guard or Mexican Coast Guard or whoever can come pull us over and just demand stuff. So you're supposed to basically, once you enter American waters, you go to the nearest port of entry, and they'll do customs there. And they know when you're coming. You can damn well know that the American Coast Guard knows when you cross the border. We're in Canada. I don't know what our actual latitude is right now. I could actually look that up, but we're on Vancouver Island, British Columbia, Canada. Flacco, thank you for the follow. Belleville. Oh, Ontario. Okay. Belleville, Ontario. Why does that sound familiar, Holly?
That's really close to me.
Where you were?
Yep.
So Holly is actually from Ontario. I mean, I think you can technically go through what's that big river? The St. Lawrence River? And then there's like some locks and canals you can go into the Great Lakes. So there's probably a way to get to you. It would take a long time for us because we're on the opposite coast. We're on the British Columbia side. We'd have to either go through the Arctic or all the way down to the Panama Canal and through, and then back up the other side, or we would have to go around the entire world. So the options are there. It would just take us a while. Davy Jones he's our friend. We like the guy. We get along. We have coffee on the weekends. You grew up on the island. That's really cool. Yeah, so I grew up here a little bit as well. I grew up I was born in Saskatchewan, in Regina, but I lived in Saskatchewan, Alberta, and BC. For the last like 15 years, we've been in Calgary, me and Holly. But yeah, I've kind of lived all over the west coast of Canada, west 3 provinces, and Holly grew up in Ontario, but she also moved out to Alberta for work quite a long time ago. Be long. Be long or so long? So cool. Holly Hope. Yes, that is how you spell her name. It's 2 L's. You're good. You probably can't see her, but she's just over there doing some stuff right now. I live in Alberta now because it's cheaper. Yeah, that's the thing. Alberta was cheaper. Coming back out here, you're like, holy, the food's expensive. Right now, nothing. 37, 4, 5, 6. We're working on that kind of stuff. I'm in Ladysmith, not far. Oh yeah, Ladysmith's really not that far at all. Yeah. Also, hi, how are you doing? I do see your comment, sorry. I'm switching back and forth between a bunch of stuff, so. Thank you, Katie, for the follow. Let me look at a map here. Oh wait, Google Earth maybe. And thank you everybody for the gifts and likes and everything today. It's awesome. Really do appreciate it. We haven't been to Ladysmith yet, but we have thought about going through it. It's very, yeah. Explore Earth. Is that guy still here, out of curiosity? I think he left. I'm not sure if he was mad that I didn't know my latitude. What's your latitude? And then he said, be long. Are you still here? I think he was mad that I didn't know my latitude. I guess that makes me not a real sailor. Latitude, sorry, I guess 49. I think our latitude is 49. If I had to guess. Which I think, yeah, 49th parallel is the American border, so that makes sense. Yeah. So we got a kitty cat. Right here, you can see her. This is Cece. She is the best of the kitty cats. And of course, she's hidden just out of sight, so you guys can't see her. It's been nice. The typical trucker. What kind of truck do you drive? My uncle drives truck. I think he used to do long haul trucking. Now he just does runs a dump truck in and around where he lives. But for a long time he did do long haul trucking. Yeah, she's the best. She's about, I think she's like 8.5 or something. I got her from another family originally who apparently I think the father was allergic to cats or something. That was their excuse anyway. And so I got her, and I think she was like 6 to 9 months old. So I'm not sure her exact birthday or anything like that, but she is the best of the kitties. We would like to, Katie. Eventually we will do that more in the summertime. Wintertime, the storms can come out of nowhere. We're pretty new to this. We don't want to do anything that's not safe. So we do take it on day trips, and we have gone a little ways, but we'll do a lot more come summertime. She's just over there. Where's your girl? Bored at work wants to know. Holly? Did you hear that? Oh. Bored at work wants to know where you are.
I am at the door cleaning.
She's tidying up.
I'm making the boat.
So I'm slacking and she's making everything look
that's
beautiful.
Not it.
Well, we were both working earlier. I'm just saying, she's working hard and I'm just sitting here right now.
I'm just being busy today.
She's just putting around doing her own thing, yeah. She's listening to music and like, cleaning stuff up. She likes to keep herself busy. I've driven Kenworth and Max, but now in a Mercedes for comfort. These Outback drives are long. So you're in Australia then? I'm assuming. I've never been in a Mercedes truck, but they do sound nice. In North America, we don't get a lot of that kind of stuff. I think they do exist, maybe. But I think I would love Mercedes trucks, but who knows? I've always worked on German vehicles. I was a mechanic, not a heavy-duty mechanic. I was automotive, but I always worked on like Porsche, Audi, and Volkswagen. That was kind of the shop I worked at. So far, Adrian, we have not gotten seasick at all. We all do really well here. We're also at a marina right now, so it's not as big, but we have been on the water and we haven't had any problems. But we'll see. Come summertime when we're actually moving around a lot more, I'll get back to you on that one.
Be careful what you say, remember.
Yes. Did I miss something?
Not yet.
Okay.
I just haven't got there.
No, that's the footage. I can actually switch to that if you guys want to see that. Here, I'll, boom. You can see the water moving. That's live footage outside the boat.
TikTok is super picky what you say.
Yeah, that is true. Randy, thank you for the follow. 10 toes. The former. You gotta be careful what you say sometimes. Here. Where are we now? We're on Vancouver Island, British Columbia, Canada. It is a beautiful day today. We had sun a little bit yesterday, but it was really windy and kind of cold with the wind. Today it's a lot nicer, but it's still pretty chilly in the air. It's supposed to get to like 9 degrees or something today. I don't even know. I should check. Did it ever actually? It's 7 right now, it says. And I think it feels like 4 or something. Yes, we do, Katie. We have to. It's $5.75 a month for the marina. Plus, it's like $100 or so in electricity. It really depends, though. Well, Tentos, we do. We would like to sail other places, yes. We have a goal of eventually sailing down to Mexico. That'll be probably more, not long term, but that's like a couple months down the road at least. We want to sail around here and get more familiar with the boat and our own skills before we go anywhere super crazy. So we'll sail around here and enjoy ourselves. It's beautiful in the summer. Right now it's winter, which kind of is a bit slow and whatever else. But yeah, we'll eventually be going other places. I would personally like to sail the whole world. I think Holly would like to go to a lot of places too. We'll see. We want to play it safe and make sure we don't do anything that's not safe. So it is like a mortgage type situation. I mean, we own the boat outright. So our boat was $36,000. We paid for it outright. We sold all our stuff and we bought the boat. At the marina, you do pay like a monthly fee for it. You can pay it however you want. You can pay like monthly, every 6 months, every year, every couple of years. Usually the longer term you go with, the cheaper they make it. They also, like if you're just doing month to month, in the summer it's a lot more expensive because it's a lot busier. The winter you can get better deals. But again, if you do a long term, you get usually the best deals. And Megan, we haven't quite figured out that last part of your question, the work part. We're still working on that. We've only been on board for like 2.5 months, just a little bit over probably. So it is me and Holly, who is just over here off screen, and then Kitty Cat. You can't kind of see her. She's right here beside me. But Holly's just putting around over there in the corner.
Making a bunch of racket.
You could probably hear banging around. That's her. We've had the boat since October 24th, so not that long. Thank you for the follow, by the way. Yeah, $5.75 per month for the slip. We do get a bit of a deal because it's a smaller slip than technically our boat is. So they gave us the deal on the size of the slip instead of what the size of the boat is. Normally they charge per foot. So if you have a longer boat, it costs more. It'd probably take at least minimum a month to go to Mexico. Somewhere around that. I want to say like 20 days to like a month and a half. Depends how fast you are, what kind of winds you got, and a bunch of other stuff, obviously. We're on Vancouver Island, British Columbia, Canada. So we're north of Seattle in Washington State, if you're American. British Columbia, yeah, on the Pacific side, West Coast. Mail goes to my sister's place right now. So me and Holly both have our mail just forwarded to her house, / we changed our address kind of to her place. She lives in Abbotsford, so that's where we get that stuff now. Technically, we could also use UPS. UPS isn't that expensive. I want to say it was like $200 for a whole year. And you can get mail sent to them, and then you can also use their location as a physical address if you want. Obviously, the downside is if you get a lot of mail, you'll have to go there to pick it up all the time. And we plan to move around, hopefully. So we won't always be there to pick it up. So my sister's place is just the easiest right now. It's not bad, right? Especially in the summertime when we're not at a marina. We plan to be like out and not away from the marina. It'll technically be free. We could go out to the anchorage and we could anchor out there and not have to pay anything. The only downside to that is getting power, so we'd have to use our backup, like a generator, which we don't have right now, and solar. But solar this time of year is a little bit tricky to get as well. Boats do have a decent amount of maintenance, but I like to say that so do houses. Every house I've been in or owned has also cost quite a bit in maintenance. Also, if you keep up with it, it's not too bad. And this is the only thing we have. We don't have a house and a boat. We just have the boat. So, in my opinion, it's kind of the same. You kind of, you know, it costs a bit cheaper to buy the house, maybe a little bit more in maintenance, but in the end, it's like the same, or maybe a little bit cheaper still. That's not a dumb question. Technically, yes, you can sail anywhere. Obviously, once you're out of, I can't remember what it is. It's like 100 nautical miles, or maybe it's 200 nautical miles, maybe it's 50 nautical miles. But there's like there's the international law of like how far a country owns off their coast. Once you're past that like 100 nautical miles or whatever it is, hey Hans, how are you doing? Once you're out of there, you're in international waters. You can kind of do whatever, but so can anyone else. You don't want to do anything dumb or whatever. For the most part, everyone's pretty good. And yes, we can also just cross into other countries' water. You just have to have a passport, and you have to go to the nearest port of entry. So just like when you go on a plane to like Mexico or wherever, once you land, you have to go through customs. If we sail into America or into Mexico, legally you're supposed to go to the nearest port of entry, and then they'll do customs there. If you don't, their Coast Guard can come get you, and then they can just demand stuff and pull you over and technically arrest you if you don't do anything right. But usually they'll kind of contact you and be like, hey, this is where you gotta go. So you can also call ahead and figure that kind of stuff out too, which is nice. We haven't gone too far 10 toes. We're still pretty new to this, and it's wintertime here. So we've only gone just like some day sails around the area. Eventually we would like to go a lot further. Like I said, we would like to sail all the way down to Mexico. That'll be our first big place. No snow here. We're on Vancouver Island. We're probably in the mildest part of Canada, and this year they do get snow occasionally, but this year they haven't got any snow. We had frost this morning, that's about it. So it's currently 7 degrees Celsius, which I think is around 31 degrees Fahrenheit. I can't remember. I looked it up earlier, but I don't remember if that was for 7 or 9. But anyway, no snow. We're from the Calgary area where normally there would be a lot of snow. So this is kind of new to us, and it's kind of nice to wake up and not have snow. Although we do get a lot of rain. We do fish. We have fishing rods. Because we used to fish in lakes and rivers, our reel / fishing line was a bit too weak for like ocean fishing. So we have a rod that'll work. It's definitely strong enough. We just need better reel and better line. We also have a crab trap, which we often throw overboard. The Crofton area. I haven't actually looked at that undoubting. Where is the Crofton area? I'm assuming it must be near to Ladysmith as well. We do not have a Christmas tree. We got rid of most of our... sorry, 1 second. Crofton. Oh, that's quite a bit further south. I see. Oh, I see. So it's kind of close to Ladysmith then, sort of. I'll have to look into that. I don't know. I haven't gone down that far yet, undoubting. So yeah, we got rid of most of our Christmas decorations to move onto the boat. We didn't know how much room we'd have. We probably still have too much stuff. So unfortunately we got rid of most of that stuff. So it was a little bit of a Grinchy Christmas for us, kind of. Quebec to Florida, amazing trip. That would be really cool. I've only been to Quebec one time. I flew into Ottawa and then drove to Moncton, New Brunswick. So I drove like past Quebec City and stuff. But I would really like to sail from here down to Mexico. That's kind of our goal. And then we'd eventually maybe go into the Caribbean, but the Panama Canal is very expensive. I think it's $3,000 for anything under 60 feet. So maybe we'll just end up going out to Fiji. We'll turn directly west and just head out that way. It's here in Alberta. Sorry, did I miss something? Oh, our Christmas tree is definitely there in Alberta, yes. And Gatineau. I'm missing stuff. What's the weather today? It's 7 degrees Celsius. I think that's around 31 degrees Fahrenheit. Ladysmith is, I don't know. It's like north of Victoria, south of Nanaimo. I have done sailboat tours, but I don't think the boat is ready for it. We just tore the boat apart today. We were doing like deep clean. So this is like the only clean part of the boat. I can show you the outside. I can blow up that video that I have in the top right, and you can see the outside. But we do tours most days. Today would be the only day I don't want to do it because I'd have to step around everything, and then show you all our junk. But yeah, we normally every single day usually do that. I know the Panama Canal is ridiculous. That was talking to someone that has done it recently. They pop into our live streams occasionally, and they recently went through and they pretty much said anything under 60 feet is the same, and it's about $3,000. That's what they said, right? $3,000? Yeah. Gone for 120 days. Wonderful. Fiji? Are you serious? I mean, why not? What's wrong with Fiji? I'd head west of here and go, like from Mexico, go to like Hawaii, Fiji, Australia, the Philippines, all in that area. I mean, Fiji was just a random thing I said. I wasn't specifically saying that's where we would go, just that direction. I don't know. Why shouldn't I be serious about that? -9 in Edmonton. That's not too bad for this time of year. I don't know what it is in Calgary. So we came from Calgary, and my brother's up in Grand Prairie, which I think... What is Grand Prairie right now? The missus is just over here in the corner. She is staring at me right now.
I'm just wondering about the kitty cat all cuddled up on your arm like
Yeah,
that.
you guys can't see, but the kitty cat's like laying on my arm. I can't move it, otherwise I'll... But yeah, Holly's just over there. No worries, just curious. That's all good. Sorry, did I miss something? Oh yeah, no, I would totally do a tour. We normally do tours. Again, maybe come back tomorrow if you haven't, or you know, obviously you don't have to if you're busy and doing stuff, but if you do pop in tomorrow, I can probably do a tour tomorrow. I like junk. I used to have a lot of junk. You would have loved all the junk I had. The sewage situation, basically, we have a toilet in there, we have sinks, and we have a shower. Most stuff, like the sinks and shower, just kind of goes into the bilge and then goes overboard, or they have their own drains to go overboard. The sewage from like the black water stuff goes into a holding tank, and then you go get it pumped out. So technically, in most places in the world, you can pump overboard as long as you're 3 nautical miles offshore. In British Columbia, you can't legally do that unless you have a special treatment on board, and then you can pump 3 nautical miles offshore. Where we are, there's actually a free pump out station, so we just go there if we need to. But we're at a marina right now, so we can literally just putt on over to the area and pump it out. It's free, and you just do it yourself. So compared to normal, we own the boat. The boat is $36,000. It costs us about $575 a month for the marina. Although in the summertime when we're not at a marina, it'll be free. So it depends on the time of year, of course. And then it's about $100 for electricity while we're at the marina. Hopefully in the summer we'll mostly be on solar. So it really depends on what you plan to do with your boat. If you want to stay at the marina all the time, it's about $575 plus $100. Which does include, I'm pretty sure, Wi-Fi, but we use our own as well. So our Wi-Fi is also extra. But besides that, yeah, that's, I guess, the only costs. And then food, of course. I didn't get a tour. Oh, Fiji, because it's so far with no land, it's scary. I agree, it's kind of scary, but Panama is the Panama Canal is $3,000. I guess the other option would be to continue going south into South America, which is also an option. But yeah, that's why we're going to do the big trip down to Mexico first, because at least we're along the coast. If we need to, we can kind of pull into harbors along the way. Do we play video games? Yes, we play Battlefield 6 quite often. Pretty much almost, not quite daily, but often in the evenings with my brother. Me, Holly, and my brother. Sometimes we have another friend that plays with us too. If we play with him, we usually play other games like Are We There Yet? Or Content Warning or something like that. Do I have Marina Bros? I don't even know what Marina Bros is. Or are you saying Mario Bros? Where do you live? Right here, my dude. We're on Vancouver Island, British Columbia, Canada. We're parked in a marina right now, but we live on this boat. So our marina depends. So where we bought the boat was at a marina not far from here, but that marina had electricity and it had water, and that's about it. So we had to use our boat shower, our boat toilet, and then we'd have to go to the pump out station to empty it out. You could also just walk to public bathrooms or whatever and use those. The marina we're at now has washer and dryer. So I think it has 2 different washer and dryers, doesn't it? I think so. It has washer and dryers, toilets, and it has showers. And we can use all of that stuff. The washer and dryer and the shower do cost money. It's like $1 for 10 minutes of shower. I think it's $1 for a wash and $2 for dry. So it does cost a little bit, but it's not quite as much as if you went to a laundromat or something like that. At the previous marina, we do our own laundry, just like in a bucket in the sink. This one is just easy enough. We just go up top and use their stuff. We also use their bathrooms and showers. That way we don't have to like fill up our holding tank and then go dump it out. Because it's winter, it's a bit of a pain to do that. So come summertime, it'll be a lot different. Oh, I see. Do you have Marina Bros? I got you, Ten Toes. Not really. The previous marina, there was a lot of really nice people around us, and we pretty much talked to them all the time. This marina, we're kind of like, there's 2 parts to it. There's like the main part, and then we're in like a separate, smaller section. So we don't see a lot of people on our docking area. So unfortunately, no, we do not have any Marina Bros. we're also kind of introverted people anyway, so it's just me and Holly and then the kitty cat. And the only people other than that we talk to are pretty much people at grocery stores and my brother when we play games. The ones I've been to just have little food places, gift shops, pretty small. These marinas are small too, but all they do is talk people. They don't even have shops or anything. So there is a bigger marina, like the main town marina near us, that has a bunch of stuff like that, shops and things. But our marina is quite a ways from that, and there's like a building there, but there's nothing really in it. There's just where you pay your marina fees, and that's about it. The solar power wall station is still the same pain in the ass as always. 1 second, let me put my face in the kitty cat.
Oh, wow. Give her a smell.
Hi, kitty. Oh, she's a little upset that I did that. Favorite dinosaur? What's your favorite dinosaur, Holly?
Raptor.
I was gonna say raptor too. I like raptors, but the T-Rex is cool. But I mean, that's kind of like the typical whatever. What's another really cool dinosaur? The kitty.
I like. Oh, actually.
The Albertosaurus.
No, the really.
Isn't that like a T-Rex? The really slow ones?
With the tail spikes.
Oh, like the Stegosaurus? Is that what they're called?
Yeah, I think that's right.
The cat's name is Cece. So Holly likes Stegosaurus. Have you ever heard of the Albertosaurus?
And then Raptor.
I think it's just a T-Rex, basically. The Albertosaurus is just a really big T-Rex, but it was found in Alberta, Canada. They found some bones. So there we go. I'm going to go with the Albertosaurus, and then Holly is going with the Stegosaurus. And yeah, Triceratops. Triceratops are cool too, I agree.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh! Sorry, what did I say? What did I just say? Stegosaurus. What's the Stegosaurus then?
Let me look.
Because the Triceratops is the three-horned thing with the spiky tail. Oh, the Stegosaurus is with like the little chips on his back. He also has a spiked tail, though. So which one do you like better, Holly?
1 second.
Triceratops. How did you guys decide to sell everything and get the sailboat? So it's a kind of a long story, but I'll get into it. Basically, I've been wanting to do sailboat stuff for a long time. I just never thought I'd get a chance. We lived in Calgary. We're on Vancouver Island, British Columbia, Canada right now. But we lived in Calgary. We both worked for the city of Calgary for the same place for like 12 years. I didn't meet Holly until like the very last 2 years we worked there. So I worked there for 12 years. I was full-time.
Oh, wow.
Then
Triceratops is pretty cool.
Yes. I got laid off. They tried to rehire me as a seasonal. I said no because I was full-time and I was pretty upset that they even tried to do that. Try to like break my seniority so I would go back to being whatever. Holly still worked there. There's a lot I could go to with that job. The city of Calgary really messed with a lot of people's lives, and a lot of people, nobody came back that year anyway. We'll just say that. They did, a couple people came back eventually, but Holly, she stayed there for another 8 months to a year-ish. I think it was 8 months, and then she quit because the management was so bad. And at that point, we had nothing keeping us in the Calgary area, and I was like, well, we could do something crazy. Like, we had a cargo trailer we were building into an off-grid trailer, and a bunch of other stuff. So we could have done that. We could have done van life, RV life. We thought about a bunch of different stuff, and like, well, since we don't have anything tying us to Calgary anymore, let's just go like to a sailboat or something. So we talked about it for a while, obviously, and then we decided to just do something crazy. So that's why we moved onto a boat. We had lots of other ideas to do, and we just went with this one. So that's kind of the longer story, but not super long, I guess. But yeah, we're on Vancouver Island, British Columbia, Canada, just north of the Seattle area, if you're in Washington. Yeah, I mean, it was a big risk. I mean, it still is a big risk. We're still trying to figure out, like, the money side of stuff. We don't have jobs right now, and we're just living on the savings. We just sold everything, so. Hans, I wish I had money to do that all right now. That's the, unfortunately, all that stuff's on hold while we figure out the money situation.
Sorry.
Thank you, Katie, by the way, for the heart me. And Dad, I just see you popped into my channel here. Thank you for the rose. My dad is here, everybody. He pops in quite often to say hi, so that's cool. If I had like 10 grand right now, you don't even know the amount of extra stuff I would do for this boat. Like Holly and I we'd probably redo the solar completely. I'd probably get rid of this. If I had 10 grand, solar would be right in the garbage. and I would buy, we would buy the EcoFlow, the bigger version. We probably, what is it, the Delta 3 or something? Delta 3 Max, I think. And then I get 4 new solar panels, that the 220 watt solar panels, and I would definitely do a full new PC build. They would be a lot smaller. I'd probably actually, if I was going budget friendly, I'd probably do a DDR4, just like all the same stuff I have, just make it smaller. But if I was going all out, it would be a full on build. But anyway. I don't know if my dad is here or not. Is he actually here? Let me check. He popped in and gifted. Oh, he is here. He's just hanging out in chat, I guess. Hey, Extraordinary Horizons, how you doing? I guess you're on everything as well. Being stealth. Yeah, I didn't even notice you until you sent the rose. We have, so I bought, the solar system I bought, CC is right here. You can't see her, she's like hiding perfectly behind this screen. You can kind of see her butt maybe. I don't know if you guys can see that. Where is he? Yeah, her head's right here. I bought a solar system that had 6 195 watt solar panels. One of them broke in the move, so we were down to 5. And my system has to be somewhat, it's a parallel series system, and it has to be. There's no other way around that. So I have to have an even number of panels. So I'm down to 4 panels. I have 4 195 watt solar panels on this boat. And Holly and I would both like to start over with the solar system, honestly. If we had the money, we would. But we're using what we have right now. I've been working on it. I've actually been ignoring it because it doesn't really work very well in the winter anyway, because it's raining and nonstop. I did talk to the seller, and I'm supposed to reset the whole system to see if that fixes the problems. But yeah, we haven't done that yet. Nice to see you. I hope you have a good rest of your day. And of course, I do try to always answer the questions as best we can. So thank you for stopping in. I hope we do see you again. And maybe one day you'll pop in when we're actually doing a live well sailing. That'd be cool. Doing amazing, thanks. That's awesome. How is the boat coming? I know that's my question every time. Extraordinary Horizons, if you're wondering. I don't know if she's even hearing me right now. You okay? Mm-hmm. Okay. But yes, yeah, how's the boat? Is it almost done? I know I ask every single time. Are you living on the boat yet? But no rush, of course. Take your time. Make sure you do everything you want. What are we at for? Oh, barely. Okay.
Meow.
Whoa. Bry Cheese, thank you for the follow. My name is Brian, so welcome aboard the Brian Express.
Brian also likes
Meow.
cheese.
I do like cheese. A good, what is that cheese we just bought? Havarti? Or no? Monterey Jack? Monterey Jack?
Oh yeah, that's good.
I like lots of different cheeses. Monterey Jack, Havarti, Gouda, or Gouda, or however you say it. Right now we're not headed anywhere, Skippy. We're at a marina. I guess you can kind of see in the top right corner here. Let me switch make it a little bit bigger for you. Boom. We're not, right now we're just chilling. We would like to be headed to Mexico, but unfortunately this time of year it's kind of hard, especially for newer sailors. So eventually we will head down that way, but yeah, right now we're just chilling here. Brie. Just spelled like Bri. Okay, I gotcha. Brie then. Brie is good as well. I do like Brie cheese. I haven't had any in a little while though. So that's how you say your name? Your name is spelt like B-R-Y, but it's said Brie. That's really cool. I like that. Fun projects today. Today we've ripped apart the whole boat and cleaned everything. So fun projects, I don't know about fun. It was They just asked if we worked on any fun projects today. I
Ah.
said, nothing really fun, we've just been cleaning.
Every day is fun.
Every day is fun. Yeah, I don't know about anything super fun today. We've just been tearing the whole boat apart and cleaning it. But we do that quite often anyway, so. The boat is a 1989 Hunter Legend 35.5. That's really cool. 79 main ship. Let me look that up. I'm kind of newer to boats. We both are, so I like to look up everyone's boats when they talk about them. Okay. There's actually, I feel like there's one similar to that nearby, but I say that about almost everybody's boat. There's one like that not too by. We haven't, oh, well, today we did go anywhere. If you're talking about in the boat, we haven't taken the boat anywhere today, but we did go to the grocery store. We did go, like, up to the washrooms, of course. Where else have we gone? We went to the dollar store and bought some funnels. Nothing too exciting. Today was like a chore day. It was get groceries, get a few things we wanted from the dollar store, clean the boat. So we started cleaning the boat, we left, we came back, we continued cleaning the boat. In fact, Holly is still cleaning the boat right now. It is. Once you're done cleaning everything, it is very nice. We haven't done a full clean in a while. We kind of ignored the back room for a little while because of just the situation we had going on with too much stuff in there. We kind of just ignored it for a while, and it got kind of gross. So we've been trying to reseal some stuff. We have some window leaks and other things that have been wreaking havoc on the boat, and we were trying to fix all that. So we did a little bit of that today. I sealed some of the skylights. We do not have a car right now. We sold. Holly had a truck. She sold it. I had a car. I sold it. So she had a 2017 GMC 1500. I had a 2003 Toyota MR2. I also had like a bigger motorcycle for the street. We sold all of that. We do have some smaller enduro motorcycles that are street legal still, but that's it. But right now they're on the boat and they're kind of in pieces, so we can move with it. Rio, nice to see you. We're good. How are you? Mostly we walk everywhere bored at work. So our day consists of walking 2 kilometers to the grocery store usually and coming back. Because we don't have anything like the ability to haul a lot of stuff, we go for little shorter trips. We go every couple days, so like once every 2 days at least, sometimes every day with our backpacks. We have fairly large backpacks, but we do end up going quite often. Yeah, we can walk pretty much everywhere here. Like we're like I said, we're about 2 kilometers. Ooh, thank you. We're about 2 kilometers for like a grocery store. Our boat fridge is honestly not too bad. I don't know how big do you think our fridge is? No idea.
Like,
like this?
yeah.
And like this. I don't know.
It's higher.
It's probably more like that.
Because there's that extra part too. So it's like...
Yeah, it's like a small freezer chest size. Like that freezer you had probably, right?
Like this.
So like that wide.
And then like this.
And like that. I don't know.
And then like
and like that deep. I don't know. It's not bad, honestly. Oh yeah, I was looking up your boat and I got distracted.
It's pretty big, I think.
It's a decent size. So ours was like the, what do you call that? The ice chest before, but it's been converted to a full fridge with a 12-volt system. So I guess at one point, obviously it was meant to have ice in it, so maybe it's a little bit bigger just to have the ice. Kenny is here, Holly. No, this boat does not. Kenny, she completely ignored you and went back to work. Cleaning stuff. This boat does not. It kind of, on the lowest setting, it's kind of like a fridge. On the highest setting, it's more of a freezer. Although, even on the lowest settings, certain parts of the fridge will freeze while others don't. So if you kind of figure that out, you can kind of freeze certain spots and keep everything else. It's a little bit of a balancing act, but we got to kind of sort it out. Also, Extraordinary Horizon, I don't know if you're still there. I think you're gone already. We haven't done ice cream on board. I feel like we definitely could. Thank you, Anthony, for the rose. Dad, thank you for the rose. I feel like we definitely could do ice cream. We haven't tried, though. We've tried a lot of other things that we have froze. Our milk freezes quite often, so I think you could totally do ice cream. You just have to put it in the one corner. I don't know. We freeze meat all the time in there, and it's fine. We do fish from the boat. We need a better reel for our fishing rod, better fishing line, but we do have a crab trap as well that we use quite often. We haven't caught a lot, though. In the marina, it's a little bit tricky, obviously. Holly? Kenny arrived, just want you to know.
Hello.
I told him that you just ignored him and went back to work, so. Because
Oh,
you did. I said that, and you just like marched in there and started scrubbing. Sorry, Kenny. I don't think you could.
yeah, I'm a tough cookie.
Well, he just says he could treat you better.
I don't know.
No.
Brian's got his hands cut out, or whatever you call that.
I got my what?
Your hands full.
My hands full, apparently. Thank you, Babaji, for the follow. We haven't got any crabs in the trap lately. We took it out like 2 days ago and we haven't put it back in recently. Last time we tried to get crabs, we've just been getting really small ones, so we kind of gave up for now. Honestly, it'd be ideal, obviously, if we went in a different area with a little bit better. The marina's not the best spot to try to crab trap. We did get that one that was the right size, but every other one we've caught have been really small and undersized. We have to get rid of or toss back over. We caught one female that had eggs, and obviously you're only allowed to keep the males, and they have to be a certain size. So we haven't had any proper crabs recently. Oh, there we go. Oh, well, we got quite a few people on the leaderboard for the likeathon. Yeah, let me move that so it's not right on my head. There we go. Nobody told me that the likeathon got so big that it was encroaching on my head. I didn't know this, actually, but there are apparently no lobsters in the Pacific Ocean. It's not entirely true, because apparently there's some down in, like, Mexico and some over in Hawaii area or something like that. But they're like spine lobster or something, spiny lobster. So yeah, there is no proper lobster like they would on the East Coast in Canada. And specifically Canada, there are no lobsters out here. Maggie, I cannot do a tour today. It's like the only day I can. Normally every single day I do a tour. Today I can't. We have the whole boat ripped apart. We've been cleaning it all day today, so it's a disaster right now. If you come back tomorrow, or actually any day, we live stream almost every single day around the same time from like between like 1 and 5, we're always on somewhere in there. And every day I'll do quite a few different tours, but today is the only day I will not be doing a tour. I do apologize for that. Like I said, normally I would do it, and here I can show you the outside. Hello! But yeah, today is the only day I can't do a tour, and I do apologize. But you were on one in Amsterdam? That sounds like a really cool place to be on a boat, honestly. I've never been to Amsterdam. I've heard from lots of people that I know that have been there that it's a pretty cool place, though. Lionfish, or is that the Atlantic too? I don't know about lionfish. I'm not like a big ocean fisherman type guy. We've always lived in the Calgary, like inland areas for the most part. When I lived out here, I was quite a bit younger and I never fished either, so fishing out here is very new to me. I didn't even know the lobster thing. I know they have like dog fish, I think, or dog sharks or something. There is lots of fish. There is salmon. We have to get a special license for salmon out here because apparently it's, you know, not going extinct, but it's a little bit endangered or something like that. So you have to get a special license and only take so many. But yes, I like the outdoor camera too. I really wanted to do that for a long time. We just didn't have a cord long enough that would actually power it. I had like a really long like USB-C to C, but it never seemed to power it quite right. So every time I put it outside, it would just die or freeze. This one actually works, so I can actually do that now. I can't go much higher or anywhere else. We did try to do a live stream outside only yesterday, but it was freezing with the wind, so I stopped doing that live. But I would like to eventually do one where we're actually driving the boat around too, which would be really cool. There are quite a few people living on boats around here. There's like limits to how many people are allowed to live on a boat at every marina. It's like decided by the province and also by the city you're in. But there's lots of like ways around that kind of stuff too, which is kind of weird. So, because everyone's allowed to be on their boat for like 8 days out of the month. So unless they have somebody literally watching you on your boat, they're not going to know exactly how long you are there. So I don't say that to get you in trouble or anything, but you could definitely kind of get away with stuff, especially if you're kind of a quiet individual that lives on your boat quietly. No one's going to even know. But there are rules for that too. So if you do get caught, you can get kicked out. Is it cold over there? It's not too bad. Oh, and hi, by the way, Roxy. I think I saw you pop in, but anyway, it is 7 degrees Celsius today, or 31 degrees Fahrenheit, I believe it was. So you live there forever. Well, we're on the boat for a decent amount of time. We'll see if we're there forever. I'm not sure about forever, but it's a new adventure, something different to do, and we're trying it out. We would like to not be at the marina forever, if that's what you're asking. We would like to be out doing all kinds of stuff and sailing around the world, but we'll see how that goes. I agree, life. A wireless camera on the mast would be awesome. I wonder if I could do that with these cameras. They technically do have an app and you can connect them wirelessly, so I might be able to actually do that. The batteries, the depth to that is the batteries do die pretty quickly. It's a 360 cam that you're watching on right now, so they only would last like an hour, so that'd be the one big downside to that. But I could attach the 360 cam to it, hook it up to a halyard, and hoist it all the way to the top, probably. And then angle it. So I could probably do that, honestly, especially for like a short time. And then just bring it back down and show guys later. So if I was doing like a tour or whatever, I could totally do that maybe. I should try that. Of course not. We'd be packed. Careful. I heard boat cabins are bad today. I think they got the neighbor. He was only there for a short time yesterday, Caro, and I think they got him because he was gone right away. So we might not have a neighbor anymore. 44. I apologize, board at work. I'm not very good with the conversions. I checked on my phone earlier to find out what 7 degrees was, and I think they said 41, but that was probably when I was looking at, it was probably like 6 degrees or something earlier. So I was guessing. So yes, I apologize. 7 degrees is 44 Fahrenheit, everybody. I'm not very good at the Fahrenheit thing. I'm dying. Dying of like, is it cold, Roxy, or warm there? I guess 52 is kind of cold. Where are you again? Are you in Florida? I forget. A 360 cam, like Insta 360. Miami. Okay, yeah. So for you, that is mind-blowingly cold, probably. For us, oh wait, 1 second. Everyone pause. We had an internet problem. Sorry about that. Starlink is not always the best. We're from the Calgary area where this time of year is normally close to like the minus 30, minus 40, which like 40 Fahrenheit and minus 40 Celsius and minus 40 Fahrenheit are pretty much the same. That's where they kind of cross over, somewhere in there. So, yeah, 7 degrees or whatever I said. 44 Fahrenheit is pretty warm for us normally. We're not far from there, Jason. We're like probably like 30 kilometers or so. I'm not exactly sure. I'd have to look it up. Nauseous from the movement? No, we've been really good so far. Note to self, yes. Life, that's a great point. I'm definitely going to probably try that one time because that would be really cool. Even if I had it on the 360 cam and I had it like hanging from the halyard and it was like wired up, and then every so often I could just unplug it, hoist it up the sail just to show everybody, and then bring it back